Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Josh and I make videos about how to make your money go the furthest. So if you're interested in that topic and you would like to see more videos like it, then please consider subscribing to my channel by smashing that subscribe button below. So in this video, I am going to be reviewing the Bank of America Travel Rewards credit card. So I'm going to be going over some of the main points of this credit card. I'm going to be listing some of the things that you may like about this credit card, in addition to some of the things that you may not like so much about this credit card. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the first thing that you'll probably enjoy about having this credit card is the fact that you earn 25,000 points if you spend at least $1,000 within the first 90 days of having this credit card. So the 25,000 points works out to a value of $250. So as you can see, if you want to take the points value and find the dollar value, you just take the amount of points that you have and you divide that by 100. So in this case, since you have 25,000 points, if you take 25,000, you divide that by 100, it comes out to $250. Also, this credit card gives you 1.5 points for every $1 that you spend. So if you spend $100, for example, you'll receive 150 points. That works out to $1.50 back, which really isn't that much all in all. And there are some other credit cards that beat it, but that does add up over time. Also, this credit card has no annual fee, so even if you're not completely wowed by only earning 1.5% cash back or 1.5 points for every $1 that you spend, whichever way you want to think about it, you also won't have to pay anything to use this credit card from year to year. So it's a credit card that you can keep. You don't ever have to worry about canceling it over time because it's not earning you enough cash back. It's free to use, so it's convenient, and that can be a good thing as well. In addition to that, another great thing about this credit card is that there is no foreign transaction fee. And there's lots of other credit cards on the market right now where if you do happen to travel internationally, every time you go to use that credit card, you're going to be charged an additional like 2.5 to 3% in terms of foreign transaction fee. But since this is a travel card, most likely you're probably not just going to be traveling domestically, you may be traveling internationally as well. And even if you don't use the points with this credit card to redeem for a trip internationally, it still can be a credit card that you can bring with you and you can use on transactions abroad, and you won't be charged more than what you have to be charged. And finally, this credit card also has a 0% APR on all purchases for the first 12 months, which is another good thing if you have to make a larger purchase and you want to pay that off a little bit slower over time. However, that really does go against a lot of my beliefs on this channel. If you watched any of my other videos, I didn't really believe in paying a credit card slowly off over time and really taking advantage of those offers, just because I feel like you can let your balance kind of build up over time. And whenever the 0% APR offer ends after 12 months or 18 months, whenever it happens to end with these credit cards, you could accumulate such a large balance where it might be a little bit more difficult to pay that off. And if you don't pay that off, of course, you'll have a big chunk of interest to pay. So I would still just go ahead and pay this credit card off as normal and not really take advantage of that. But that offer is there if you do wish to take advantage of it. Just don't let the balance accumulate too much. All right, so now that I mentioned some of the things that you'll enjoy about having this credit card, I'm going to go ahead and jump over to some of the things that you may not like so much about this credit card. And the first thing that I'm going to jump into are the fees. So there will be a cash advance fee of $10 or 3% of each transaction, whichever happens to be greater. I always preach to stay away from cash advances just because it adds up so much interest over time. So just stay far away from those if possible. There's also a late payment fee to up to $40 and a return payment fee up to $29. Those are two other fees you really don't have to worry about either, as long as you're paying your card off on time. I always recommend just paying your credit card off as soon as you make a transaction on there and not even really waiting for your statement to come out. That way you don't have to worry about paying late or you just end up forgetting your deadline. Just kind of think of these credit cards as a debit card and just pay them off immediately. And other than those fees, I really don't have a whole lot of bad things to say about this credit card. I guess if I wanted to be super picky, I could say that 1.5 points for every $1 that you spend really isn't super impressive, and it really isn't. You can find other credit cards on the market, for example, like the Citi Double Cash credit card that also doesn't have an annual fee, and you'll be earning 2% cash back instead of this one that's kind of like 1.5% cash back. However, the Citi Double Cash card also doesn't have that spend bonus. They don't have any type of spend bonus at all. Whereas this Bank of America Travel Rewards credit card actually has kind of like a $250 spend bonus. So you do get that large chunk of cash up front. So in my opinion, this one's probably a little bit better, at least in the short term, just because you're getting that large cash bonus up front. And it's kind of like $250 for free just for spending $1,000 within the first 3 months. So that's a pretty easy amount to hit. So I would say all in all, this is a pretty solid credit card just because of that, and also the fact that there's no annual fee. And it's also a credit card that you can take with you internationally and spend. And like I said earlier in the video, there's plenty of other credit cards in the market where unfortunately they still charge you a foreign transaction fee to use. And you never know. It's probably always a good idea to take a few different credit cards with you that don't charge any type of foreign transaction fee. That way, if you lose one, you'll still have another one that you can use in the meantime while you have to replace your other credit card that you lost. So to sum things up, if you do want my personal opinion, I would say it's definitely a good credit card to have just because there's no annual fee, there's no foreign transaction fee, 1.5 points for every $1 you spend. Even though it isn't super impressive, it's still good enough to have. And then of course, a $250 spend bonus is pretty good, especially for the fact that there is no annual fee. So it is one of the best spend bonuses out there right now that at least I can think of at the moment for credit cards that don't have an annual fee. And plus, there's really not a whole lot of bad things to say about this credit card. So even though it's not super impressive by any means, just the fact that there's no annual fee and the spend bonus is pretty good is good enough for me to recommend. But if you're the type that's kind of more in the advanced stages of credit cards and you want ones with more impressive spend bonuses, more impressive cash back, and you're a heavier traveler, then you may want to look in another direction than this one. Well, that about wraps up this video. If you did enjoy the content in this one and you would like to see more like it, please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this credit card, if you're thinking about applying for it, or if you currently have it, what do you think of it so far? But until next time, I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you have a great day today.